Değerli Esport izleyenleri, 3 saniyeye hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Her hafta olduğu gibi basketbola dair en özel isimler ve en önemli konularla bu haftada sizlerleyiz. Bu haftaki konuğumuz Zalgiris Kaunas'ın yeni transferi olan Janis Strelnieks. So hello Janis and welcome to our show virtually obviously. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you very much.
And
Finally back from Turkey.
exactly. I know you were in Turkey. You were here for the Gloria Cup in Antalya with your new team, Zalgiris Kaunas. So first of all, before talking about your life, how is it feeling? How is that feeling to be in Kaunas right now?
It's good. It's almost like home because I'm so close to Latvia right now. So basically, I'm home, let's say, and I feel good. Yeah.
Exactly. We're going to talk about, Zalgiris Kaunas, the culture, the basketball culture in that country, in Litvanya. But before starting everything, this is how I do all the time. This is how I ask the questions. And I'm so honored that you're my first Latvian basketball player guest and Latvian guest, obviously. And so you grew up in Latvia. And I watched some of your interviews. You said your brother influenced you to play basketball when you were 7 years old. So how was that?
Correct.
How were those times?
Because when I was younger, let's say 6, 7, I was still dancing and singing, doing all the other stuff. And my older brother already started to play basketball. And just one day he asked me if I want to try. And I went to the first practice and I liked it. And I stuck with it. So.
You stuck and you never, I think, but do you still dance?
No.
No, you don't?
Very bad.
Okay, it's fine, and obviously you're a great basketball player. But when you were growing up, I want to ask you also questions about Latvia. Where are you from Latvia for our audience? Can you explain?
Originally, I'm from a city called Talsi, so which is a very, very small town. And my parents still live there, so every summer I go there, visit. This is my place where I can, where it's quiet and I can relax. So I really, really like it. And that's my hometown.
And then after your hometown, you played you and your brother played together in Ventspils. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
It's okay, Ventspils, yes.
Yeah.
I moved to Ventspils when I was 14, I believe. Yeah, 14, 15. Mm-hmm. And then I went through the youth school and everything. And then me and my brother, we played a little bit later, but we played together for 1 year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But how does it feel to play with a brother? Together on the same team?
It's interesting.
Right? Like, how do you motivate each other, or how is your family motivating you when you play together?
My brother is known as a very good defender, so I was always in trouble, but I always wanted to beat him one-on-one. So.
Oh, you're that competitive. Okay. All right.
Yes. So, but we are good. We are still talking about basketball after every game. He knows when he can call me and when better not. So.
You said something which is correct. You know, the basketball player's life, obviously athlete's life, it's so interesting and it's so hard. People cannot understand from outside. But wait, for example, I want to ask you this because when you mentioned that he knows when to call and when not to call. After the games when you lose, what do you do? What is your routine?
I go home. So now it's a little bit easier because when you have family, then you have other things to do, and then you can clear your head and play with your kid. Yes. But before that, I just wanted to go home and just stay alone for a while, just to be quiet.
Right.
Yes, just.
And I want to give you an example. Also, the wins, the big games, the amazing games, like when you were playing for Olympiacos. I remember that game against Fenerbahçe. you and Spanoulis, especially that duo, you scored 18 points or 19 points that game in Piraeus.
Yeah, could be.
Performed amazingly. For example, what did you do after that game?
After that game,
Party?
just go home.
Just go home.
That's even after the good games is easy. Just you go home and you are happy no matter what. After the bad games, your family have to make you happy again. So this is how that works. Yeah.
That's very true. And after Ventspils, you went to Russia. So before your CSKA Moscow is the second Russian club where you played, right? First you played in St. Petersburg. And how was that process to coming to the, not coming, but going to the other countries and starting your, they call it overseas, but we call it different, countries experience. That experience for you with the different countries.
It was interesting. It was not easy from beginning because I believe, if I remember, I was 21. And I was all alone.
Exactly.
But the good thing was that St. Petersburg is not so far from Riga as well. So it's like hour 30 flight. So my parents could come anytime they wanted. So they visit me a lot. And but generally it was difficult from beginning. It was I had to adjust to completely different life, and also the coaching stuff and the players we had back then. So, but it was good experience. I'm happy that I had a chance
to see that experience. And then after, obviously, EuroLeague experience, Ukrainian team. You started with that team, and it was in Ukraine. It was back in that time they had it in EuroLeague. So after Ukraine, you came to Brose Bamberg. And then after Brose Bamberg, you played in Olympiacos, and then after Olympiacos, obviously CSKA, and then now you're in Zalgiris Kaunas. But before asking you about the teams, you worked with great coaches and well-known coaches, which are in Brose Bamberg, you worked with Andrea Trinchieri. With CSKA Moscow, you worked with Dimitris Itoudis, and then you experienced your first Final Four with him. How was that? How was that? Feeling with working with those coaches?
It's a good feeling. You really see how they understand basketball and how they think you should play. So it's a lot of good information you can get from the coaches. Yeah.
And I mentioned two names. So what are the biggest differences between Andrea Trinchieri and Dimitris Itoudis from your words, from a player's words, who worked with them?
Oh, I don't like to compare coaches, but would be more interesting if I would have them at the same team, let's say, because it's different when you play for Brose Bamberg and then you play for CSKA. It's completely different. So I would, let's say, do it vice versa. Coach goes to Itoudis to Bamberg and Trinchieri to CSKA, and then we can compare.
Wow, that's a great answer. Amazing answer. Yeah, exactly. That's how we can actually do the compression, maybe. But the difference is because when I watch their techniques or their games, they are not kind of a similar mentality coaches. That's why I wanted to ask you the differences. But they're both very serious. They're both very unique coaches. But yeah, but that your answer is also good to have. And so Brose Bamberg, how was that Germany journey for you?
I loved it. Me and my wife, we really loved it. Yeah, because the Bamberg, I know for a lot of foreign players, it's small city, nothing to do. But as we now know, I come from very small town, so Bamberg was perfect for me. So it was easy, no traffic. You will be never late in practice. So it was. Yeah. We loved it. Yeah, it was good.
And how was that chemistry? Because you experienced very professional. Your first experience as a professional EuroLeague organization was with Bamberg, right? And so Bamberg, what made you to go on a hard times with, and what made you to go on easy times with that team?
Oh, the coach, he brought the players he believed in, I believe, and of course we had a couple of changes during the first season, but still. That was amazing time. How we became as a group together. It was It was actually a very fun season, especially the first one, and also second and third. But the most, for me, the toughest and at the same time, the nicest season was the first one we had. But the first season I didn't play EuroLeague. That was the problem. Yeah. But we play EuroCup, but still.
I want to ask you the Olympiacos journey after Bamberg. You know, going to Greece, more Mediterranean culture, and then, you know, those fans. Obviously, Bamberg fans were unique too, but Greek fans, they go very, you know, crazy over their teams, and then they have the passion, the love. And then what amazed you the most when you were in Greece?
All you said, because
right?
It was like in Germany, there's always packed gyms as well, but they are more, how to say, kind. They are clapping hands and, you know, playing music. But in Greece, they are like very aggressive and loud and with a lot of, that can help you. At the same time, if you are not ready for it, that can little bit be a disadvantage. So you have to get used to it. Yeah.
But do you have any memory with a Greek fan that, you know, you laughed a lot or that shocked you the most when you were playing for Olympiacos?
To be honest, I've seen on the videos more than it happened when I was there, so I wasn't surprised. It was a couple of times when we lost the game, and it was, of course, when we lost to Panathinaikos, it was kind of bad, but still it was nothing close that it happened years ago, and it was more crazy.
Yeah, and then Olympiacos system, because they have the very, like Zalgiris Kaunas, they have a basketball culture, you know, in their system, in their organization, in that city, in Athens, with Panathinaikos, with Olympiacos, and with other teams. How do you define it? How do you define the Greek basketball?
Greek basketball, I would say.
And you had a former coach who was Greek, Dimitris Itoudis. So yeah.
Yeah, they are trying. They play smart, let's say, because they usually they are not Greek players who are fast or so much athletic, but they always play with the head. So they try to hit and find the weak spots of the other team and use them. So this is how Greek basketball is. So always like, how to say, pragmatic. I don't know if that's a word in English.
It is pragmatic, yeah.
Yeah. So, but they are always efficient, let's say.
And who's the top Greek retired player?
Retired now, yes. When I grew up, I was watching also Diamantidis, but now I get to know also Spanoulis more, and I have to choose Spanoulis also, right? I know him more.
So you can choose two. You can choose two. And you were the former teammate of Spanoulis. You used to be the teammate with Spanoulis. And how was he? Like, how was his mentality?
He's the strongest I've seen, because there's not so many players that can do what he does the best, especially at the end of the game when everybody is actually, they are afraid when he has the ball and it's the game on the line. I think a defensive team is always like,
it's going to be hard. It's going to be,
Yes.
And you in Olympiacos, you had another teammate, Janis Strelnieks, who's from Latvia. So how were you two? You were hanging out together, because, you know, in one team, as a foreign players, if they find another teammate from their own country, they hang out all the time together. So how was your chemistry with the other Janis?
Oh, it's good. It's been always good, and we still talk to each other. And of course, when we were in Greece, we celebrated Christmas, New Year's all together. So his family and mine, and yeah, it was easy. It was actually nice, because that was the first time I played with another Latvian foreign team. So it was a good experience.
That's amazing. And then from Olympiacos, I wanna come to your latest team before Zalgiris is CSKA Moscow. So working with Dimitris Itoudis, being in your first Final Four, how do you define that year?
It was difficult year overall because of the COVID and all the situation in the world. Also for us, we had so many injuries, and including myself. And at the end, it was a good feeling to go to the Final Four, but still, when there is no fans, it feels like something is missing. It's
For sure.
completely probably different. So I don't really have to compare with something. So but still, it was a good moment. Yeah.
And then after losing the Final Four, couldn't be on the final as a game. How did you feel? Like, what did make it the hardest thing as losing that final?
At the moment, it's just disappointing. You start to think that what could you do better? Mm-hmm. Maybe we could do that. We don't go down by 20 in the first half, to compete more. But at the same time, maybe then we wouldn't have the chance at the end, because somehow we started to play much better in the second half. And that's why the basketball is so, it's nice sport to see, even when you are down 20 points at the halftime, the game is not over until it's over. Yeah. We still had a last shot and we could go to the final, but we didn't at the end.
Yeah. Maybe with Zalgiris Kaunas'ın this season, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Exactly, because it's a new energy, new system for Zalgiris too. And before coming that, when we talk about CSKA Moscow, obviously I'm not going to name the problems, but there were some problems inside of the team, with coach and with the player. I don't want to mention it because everybody knows. But do you think you as a whole team, as a whole organization, dealt with the problems in the best way that you could?
We tried. You can always do something differently, but we tried to keep that in locker room, and we did our best. And
yeah, exactly. That's how we saw it. And you played obviously Final Four, so that's, I think.
Yeah. we found a way to play. Yes,
exactly. Differently. Yeah, and last season in CSKA, what motivated you the most to play that, during the playoffs when you played? What motivated you the most? That trophy motivated you the most to play harder?
To be honest, when you go to the playoffs, you don't have to have a motivation. That's the motivation. You're already there, and the Final Four is so close and so far at the same time, because you have to win 3 games, and it's not easy. I believe all the teams will say the playoffs are more difficult than probably the Final Four. And there is a motivation. The trophy probably.
Were you expecting Fenerbahçe to had those kind of problems as COVIDs, and then their coach was not, their real coach Igor Kokoshko couldn't be with the team because of the problems, because of the health problems. Were you expecting them to be that down, or that I don't want to call it easy, but
It was not easy, because when you know that they are missing players, even if you don't want to, you kind of, we have to win it. They are missing players. They're not in good shape. We just have to beat them. But there's still Fenerbahçe. They have still great players. And we saw that in the first game, I believe, first half, it was very tough for us. And we turned the game around and we won it, but still it was, even if it was 3-0, it was tough series. It was very, very tough.
Yeah, exactly. And then now you are in Zalgiris Kaunas. The new team, new system, and coach believes in his players, obviously, and we saw that during that tournament. How do you see this year, this new season for you and for your career?
I will play more. That's a good. But if we are serious, then we still have a lot of work to do. We still have to put the pieces together. But we saw we struggle a lot in Gloria Cup, especially defensively, and but probably we will have to go through the games. We don't have enough time anymore to prepare. So the Lithuanian league is starting in less than I think in 5 days maybe already. So we just have to work together and find a way to play, because now we are not in the best moment, but the team is good. But the team is good, yeah.
Yeah, and the coach really believes, that's what we see from outside of the team. I mean, the coach really believes in his players. So how is the coach, Martin?
He's good. He's good. He's very good. Even before I signed with Zalgiris, we had a phone call. We talk a lot, and it was easy decision right away. So I kind of felt that he really wants me to be in Zalgiris and to be an important player for the team. So that was my let's say goal to.
And then Zalgiris fans, you haven't met with them. You haven't, I mean, obviously played a huge game or a game for them to be there and then to see the Zagrio Arena. But how now maybe you're receiving some messages, you're receiving love when you walk, around the city. How is that?
Around the city is not too bad because Lithuanians are like Latvians.
Exactly.
We know who the sports people are, but we don't bother them. Let's say in Greece was a little bit different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Greece they are not shy. They will come and say hi, Janis, and they will want to talk to you. Here
they don't?
No, not really. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I've never been there, so I don't know. Mm-hmm.
But so to play here in Zalgiris, it would be a good experience to play for Zalgiris because I know how difficult it was to play against Zalgiris. So it was never easy. But the atmosphere was so nice. So we hope that this year the fans will be allowed. So that can help us a lot for sure.
And before closing the show, I want to ask you also questions about Latvia, since I found my first Latvian guest. So I want to also start my question with Porzingis, Davis Bertans, those Latvian big names in NBA. So have you ever seen yourself playing in NBA during your career or at a specific maybe moment in your career?
No.
Never?
Never.
Because of is there any
the way I play, I don't feel good, I believe, in NBA. So
no, maybe when you were young, because some players have some moments like that they believe, and then when it cannot happen, it cannot happen. But have you ever had?
But when I moved to Russia, since then I know that I really want to. My next goal was the EuroLeague. I went to Russia first time. There was a Euro Cup team, and I was always dreaming to play EuroLeague. And the first year with Budivelnik, when I did it, I was thinking that maybe this is too high level for me because I remember I had to play against Navarro, and it was tough. It was very difficult. But then this is how you get experience, and then the years go by, and you start to think, yes, you can easily play there too.
But it's good that you knew your goal, so that's all that matters. But have you ever talked with Porzingis or with Davis Bertans?
With Davis, yeah, we are good friends with Davis, and every summer we talk and meet and have fun. With Porzingis, it's a little bit. Last time we had together, we were in national team, 2017 probably. So he's a busy guy. He's always working out, and he lives far away from my town, so it's difficult to meet him.
Okay, and then how is Latvia? Can we talk about some Latvian, maybe, I don't know, culture, maybe Latvian specific dish, food for our audience and for me, because I've never been there.
Everybody asks me about the dishes or the food we have. That every time I answer something and it was not correct, because either it's Ukrainian, Russian, or somewhere. So I don't really know which one is Latvian. So it's all from way back.
Yeah, but it's the same kind of area. That's why maybe.
Yeah. Probably.
But maybe Latvia. So in Latvia, when we go there, or if we want to go there, what do we have to see? It's a must that you can maybe suggest.
What is a must? Riga is already a nice city, so just to walk around. And then we have summertime. Our beach is probably different than yours, so I would advise you to see that. Probably you would not like the water because it's not nice blue. It's more dark, but still, the beaches are very with a lot of sand, so it's nice.
Okay, all right, wow.
And actually, our nature is also kind of nice. It's all green. We don't have mountains or something, but it's different.
but it's green and fresh. So if I come to Latvia, I will let you know, and I will be like, suggest me some Latvian dishes, and maybe that's how you can tell me.
I will call my grandma again to ask what is the real Latvian dish.
Okay. And Janis, my last question. So if I ask you to make your favorite starting five, not favorite, let's say starting five of this new, but not Zalgiris team, okay? Let's not count Zalgiris team members or teammates.
Okay.
The EuroLeague top 5 players, the starting 5 players. Can you?
Top 5? Wow,
starting 5 with the top 5. Yeah.
Okay, we take Mitsic. Then I have Higgins. Now we need the 3-position player. I have Will Clyburn.
I knew it.
You know it? Yeah,
I knew that you would say Clyburn.
4 position. I love Nicola Melli. We spent so much time together in Bamberg. And now 5 position. I have to take Milutino. There's no one.
Milutino. Is he?
Okay, so Clyburn was from Czech. Okay, then I take Vesely from Fenerbahçe, so it's from the.
Okay, let's change it. Okay. And Milutino, so.
he is always in my starting 5, no matter what.
Janis, hope you enjoyed this interview. It was lovely to talk to you. It was amazing to talk to you, and hope to see you in Turkey on the Fenerbahçe court or Fenerbahçe arena or on the Efes arena, and then we will maybe do another interview, short interview.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.
Değerli Sport izleyenleri, haftaya tekrardan yeni bir 3 saniyede görüşmek dileğiyle. Hoşça kalın.